Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. I don't know what number this is, but we are still on the route with Miku, as we were yesterday. Why would that have changed by today? She just stripped into her bikini, which she was apparently wearing and ready for, and started swimming, and we watched her legs. We only watched her legs. We did not look at any other part of her in a bikini. Nope, just her legs. I am still recording these all on the same day that I've been recording Friday and Saturday's episodes, so if anyone's left any comments suggesting things or asking for things or talking or just anything at all, I haven't been able to see them because I literally just took like a 10-second pause after the last video. I just sat there and thought, should I record the next one? Fuck it, let's keep recording because I'm having fun. So, yeah. So if you have commented or anything, then I'm sorry, I don't see it yet. I'll see it for Monday's episode. Monday's episode is when I'll actually be caught up with anything that has happened in the videos that were uploaded over the weekend. So yeah, let's get on with this and stop wasting the first 2 minutes just talking in every fucking episode. So, still able to have fun, I shouted. We've never seen Miku in a bikini. I like this. She threw me an offended look, came closer, and sat down next to me. Yeah, it's like recently you all think that I'm just an old hag. Of course their bikini matches her hair. I just noticed that. Of course you're not. But you're still one hell of a moaner. I guess I have my reasons. Not sure. I don't see any particular ones. Masha got up and moved several feet away from me. Oh, come on. Don't come on me. It's just, one can't be such a what? You never see anything. She put her head down on her knees and added, what? Eh. Ow. That hurts me to do that. Well, then again, she's a fucking toothpick. Pretty sure she's flexible. Sorry. On her knees and added quietly. You never understand. Yeah, that's me. Cold-hearted, dumb, and dull. Masha gave a barely audible laugh. Yeah, exactly. Let's go swimming? It's cold in there. It won't take long. Oh, jeez. Lag. Stop it. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Oh, okay. ... The water was surprisingly warm, so indeed we were hardly going to freeze. Am I wearing anything? I sat down at the towel that somebody had left behind and took a deep breath of the soft night air. That is a very suggestive place to put your head there, Masha. Masha lay in front of me and rested her head on my lap. Yeah. Am I disturbing you? Not at all. I just felt kind of tired. So the best pillow is a guy's dick? What? Dustin, if you watch these, it's a joke. She looked straight into my eyes, but I averted my gaze. Why can't it all be the same as before? Am I dating Masha? What is going on? How so? Come on. That was a joint decision, you know. But nevertheless, she put her arms around my waist, and I felt even more ill at ease. Why have we come here in the first place? To shoot a movie. I tried to put it off with a jest. Still, if it wasn't for you, I would have never gone to this college in the first place. We could have already... She sighed. I think I'm dating her. What? But now... Still think that digging up the past in this context is hardly a good idea. You might think so. As for me, I still think that we shouldn't have. But you were the one who wanted it in the first place. Bet she wanted it. I never wanted it, said Masha resentfully. Oh, yeah. So it was me who insisted? Yes, it was you. She turned away but didn't get off of me. You always like that. You don't like this, you don't like that. Why can't you just adopt a simpler approach to life? Take a look around. It's a splendid summer. It's a beautiful night. We're shooting a remarkable movie. In fact, everything's great. Do you really believe all that yourself? Her question was indeed one worth asking. I do, kind of. It's not like everything's always ideal. But what's so bad about it? Everything is bad. She seemed ready to burst into tears. This stupid camp, that script of yours, everything is bad. And you're not a child anymore. You could have already started a family, gotten a job. Hey, we discussed it like 1,000 times. Yeah. Oh. If we've broken up, why is your head in my lap? Yeah, and broke up exactly because of that. That was your call, mind you. Precisely because of your everything is bad attitude. Oh, but you go like, everything's great, to make up for that. Only fools rejoice about everything around them. I'm not rejoicing, or rather, I'm rejoicing about things that are worth rejoicing about. I like my work. I find pleasure in films. Do I really? So that means you didn't find pleasure in me? Different kind of pleasure. Sorry. She caught up and leaned against my chest. Now, maybe we shouldn't... quote unquote, that. What's the matter? Don't you want to? I couldn't make up my mind on how I should reply. The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. On the one hand, I didn't want to open old wounds, but on the other hand, clearly understood that I'm not in a position to refuse. No, you're not. And by now, I didn't care if someone who might not be sleeping might see us. But why? What comes after? Who cares? Well, in that case... I was about to say, do I have to censor something here? The gleaming moonlight reflecting in the water droplets on her bare skin. The sticky sand. The chill of the summer night and the heat of her body. Heaving, breathing. Heavy heap. Fuck. Heavy breathing and gasps of pleasure. Everything passed in one brief moment. Maybe that's why she broke up with you, Semyon. If it all went by in one brief moment. I don't get to see anything. This game sucks. No, I'm kidding. Guess it's time to sleep. It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow. Olga will definitely push us hard. Yeah, just like Miku pushed you hard. Yeah! What is this, day 4? I mean, it took 3 episodes to get to it, but, you know, I'm recording these all in one singular night. Normally I record them, like, the night before they come out, so, like, I'll record Monday's episode on Sunday, and then I'll record, Wednesday's episode on Tuesday. I was slowly buttoning my shirt as I watched Masha dressing. I don't want to sleep alone. I'll sleep with you. She murmured quietly, I'm sorry. This is just too good. What, afraid of the grasshoppers? It's not the grasshoppers, it's the crickets. I'm not afraid of them. She averted her gaze and blushed a little. It's just, well, unusual. You might have got used to it. You might have got used to it given the amount of time. I like how we just, you know, had sex on the beach and we're like still bickering and arguing. just had casual sex on the beach with a friend, and you know. I need friends like this. Oh, this is so stupid. I suddenly thought that there's nothing wrong with this idea. Especially given everything that happened. What idea? You mean you already slept with her? Oh, the unusual thing. And sleeping with her, physically sleeping, like actual sleeping, isn't that much worse. Okay. But where? Masha gave me a questioning look. Ah, I see the implication. Don't even have to say, will you sleep with me? Just, yep. I mean, we could just... There are a couple of unoccupied cabins, reserved for further scenes. Well, we could use these props for a while, I guess. We could use these props. What props and what are you using them for? Smash a kinky? Let's go. She smiled, got up, took my arm, and we slowly headed towards the square. Headed to the square. Towards to... same thing, really. I don't think I've been in this one before. An irresistibly blinding morning glare struck my eyes. I wasn't able to stretch. Masha was sleeping on my left arm. I barely managed to pull my limb from under her head and massaged it for a long time, trying to restore the blood flow. Scratching my stubble, I reached for my shorts to find my cigarettes. Perhaps we shouldn't have gone that far yesterday after all. Too late now. God damn it, Semyon. He never has safe sex. I just noticed that. This is a bad image you're teaching to all the teenagers out there. Now she definitely won't leave me alone. Yeah, but you weren't in the position to say no. Well, probably not. It's not in her nature. But a bad aftertaste will still remain. And now she has an argument to scold me with. If I just give her one chance to. Oh, you don't like me? Then why did you have sex with me on the beach last night? Yet another argument. It's not like she's short on them. Unable to find the cigarettes in my shorts, thought that I must have left them behind in my cabin, so I clumsily dressed and went outside. Oh Lord, let it rain at last. It's impossible to work in such an oven. And it's like this day and night and day. Rubbing my eyes, I plotted down... Plotted? Is that a word? I'm not looking up another word. That'd be 3 episodes in a row. Jesus Christ. I plodded down the trail and didn't notice somebody coming until they ran right into me. It was Router. Hi, Semyon. Hi there. I shouted after him. Finally, I came to the cabin, opened the door, and entered. Olga was inside. She drilled me with her gaze. Would you care to explain? What's the matter? Where did you spend the whole night? Even when I'm not in that. She looked more than menacing. I spent the night inside of Miku. Where'd you spend the night? I was with Masha. And what's the problem? After all, everyone got it already, so it makes absolutely no sense to hide it. Got it? Everyone slept with Masha? She's a slut? What? She's going around sleeping with people? Now my cat's here to bug me. No, you can't. You can't. No. Thank you. With who? Olga gave me a surprised glance. With Masha, I repeated calmly. We don't have any Mashas here. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Now it's my turn to be surprised. Semyon, your behavior is unbecoming of a true pioneer. Are we shooting it already? But where are the cameras? I grinned. Semyon! Oh, come on. I headed to my bed and opened the drawer. However, my backpack wasn't there. Have you seen my backpack? A backpack? She looked at me in surprise. Yeah, it was here. But you arrived here without any luggage. What? I broke into a silly smile. And I still haven't finished yet. Olga, I get it that you're in the finest of moods this morning, and you have an eagerness to joke around, but how can I feel fine when a pioneer, a future comsomol? You're not teaching me what that means, game. What now? Did I just do that? Yes, I did. Okay. Is acting like that? A pioneer? A comsomol member? Something is definitely going wrong. Olga, have you slept well? Are you okay? How dare you speak to me like that? What's your problem? To sum it up, you know, how many times I've been in this room and I've never noticed that there's just a sock, a bra, a fucking blanket, some green pants, fucking clothes everywhere. To sum up, you need to be at the lineup in half an hour. As for me, I still need to find Miku. Miku? Looks like they just want to play a prank on us. Ma'am, yes ma'am. I saluted and marched out of the cabin. I have to go and tell Masha, share some laughter with her. I vigorously pushed the cabin's door open and ran in. Masha, you won't believe what they've... Masha was sitting on the corner of the bed with an absolutely pale face, wrapping her arms around her legs. What happened? I leaped to her side. Lena just came in. Lena? But she wasn't planning to come for another 3 days. It wasn't our Lena. This... It was just something that looked like her. Masha was trembling, and an expression of horror was on her face. Oh, so now me and Masha, Miku Masha, are in the same... Oh. Well, I guess I'm back. Woo! Calm down. Let's take it slowly. I don't know why I said that in someone else's voice at the beginning, and then I realized, wait, it's me talking. She was talking about some kind of lineup, cleaning up the grounds, but the library, but the music club? Her breathing became rapid. And it wasn't a joke. I'm sure of it. I recalled the recent conversation with Olga at once. Okay, calm down. I still haven't got a thing. It wasn't our Lena. It was... the Lena from your script. She raised her tear-filled eyes to me. I understood right away that this wasn't a joke, and my courage vanished. That's ridiculous. It just can't be. Though, recalling the conversation with the director... No, I'm sure. Don't cry, Miku. Miku-san. She threw herself into my arms. I tried to calm her down. We have to think logically. We have to think logically. I think we have to think logically. I say we have to think logically. It's just them trying to pull a prank on us. That's all. I was just talking to Olga, and she's what? She looked unusual to me? Nah, I can't just say that to Masha. In the end, they will have their laugh and then quit it. No, something has happened. Something horrible. I'm sure of it. The fuck did you see with Lena? Masha was sobbing in my arms. Okay, let's get down to it. Let's talk to someone. For example, to Router. He surely isn't the main stand-up comedian in our hood. I didn't say hi, Router. I didn't say Router's name when I passed by Electronic. The fuck? To tell the truth, at this point I was interested myself in finding out what kind of joke this was. One that can bring Masha, who is always calm and prepared for everything, to hysterics. Okay. She wiped away her tears and got up from the bed. Calmed down now? I'm trying. Masha smiled faintly. Let's go. We left the cabin. Where to? Olga was talking about some kind of a lineup. Let's go to the square. Most likely they will be there. Rhymes. I'm gonna go over the time again. If I gotta keep an eye on that counter, or else I'll go over the time again. Masha took my hand, but let go of it right away. I chose not to look in her direction because I already knew what expression she had on her face, and just headed to the square. The lineup, if that's the right term for people flocking around the monument, was quite crowded. I didn't recognize even a half of the people gathered here, and that fact was extremely strange on its own. Olga tried to line them all up. I chose not to linger and went up to her. Olga, you know... Oh, and Miku's here too. She interrupted me. Excellent. We'll talk after the lineup. What lineup are you talking about? Isn't that enough playing games? For God's sake, it's not funny anymore. She looked at me in confusion. What are you talking about? About that? Masha cautiously looked out from behind my back. Olga, it really isn't funny anymore. I don't understand you two. Let's seriously get back to the shooting. What shooting? I looked at her attentively, and for the first time realized that perhaps she wasn't joking. Olga was never a decent actress, so I doubt that this expression of hers and incomprehension was fake. What a mess. Okay, let's assume. Tell us your version. Version of what? She's still blinking her eyes while looking at my mouth. I got it. I grabbed Masha by her arm and headed away from the square. Hey, hold on, where are you going? We have to find someone less insane. Olga's shouts followed us, but I didn't pay any attention. Soon enough, we reached the clubhouse. According to the script, it ought to be right here. What ought to be right here? Let's go. Masha didn't reply, just followed my lead. I opened the door abruptly and walked in. Router was there, as I had expected. What's happening? Oh, Semyon. And you're not alone. Hi there. Have you come to join our club? It seemed that there was something wrong with him, too. Why aren't you at the lineup? I asked mischievously. There we go. Well, I've got something to finish here. Whatever. Just tell us what's going on here. Am I missing something? Just like Olga, he stared at me with no sign of understanding. The heck is everyone... Why the heck is everyone around acting like we're real pioneers in a real pioneer camp? I almost read that as prisoners. Oops. Isn't that the case? Is it? Well, actually. And what about the film? What film? The film. The one we're filming. Semyon, I really don't understand what you're talking about. It's only now that I realize that everyone around is calling me Semyon. Well, Sasha is always calling me Semyon Kun. I don't know how to pronounce that, too. But that was clearly a joke. Well, here, so my name isn't Semyon, but Elisa's name is Elisa. I give up. It's not a big thing, but my name is definitely not Semyon. I stepped back in horror and tripped over Masha. She let out a short scream. Eek! And you, Miku. I wasn't listening. I snatched Masha's hand and ran out. I managed to halt only at the bus stop. As I turned around, I saw Masha gasping for breath. I let go of her hand and sat on the edge of the road. Maybe we shouldn't have had sex on the beach last night. Looks like the two of us are in trouble. Puts on glasses. Don't you get it? Everyone here behaves exactly the same as it was written in my script. She stared blankly at me for some time, then she recovered. Yeah, a fair guess. But what? Why? I would know. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. Masha was on the edge of bursting into tears. Oh, stop it. I really have no idea. How can I come up with a ready-made solutions in this situation? I understand, but maybe Lena's route is the real route, because it's supposed to have the most emotional and like seemingly thought out bad ending, and it actually has an ending for the good ending. All the elements are kind of the same. Oh, you meet them in real life. Liana you met in real life. Slavia you met in real life. Elisa, I don't remember what happened with Elisa. I think you met her in real life, and it just kind of ends at that. Like, oh, we'll share contact information and woo. But Lena's, you actually go and you make her your what? You make her your wife and all these things, and you never leave this world. And supposedly has the most emotional ending. So woo. I understand, but after all, there's still a possibility of it all being a silly joke. Well, an overdone one. But what if? Well, if, then we'll act in accordance with it, with the circumstances. I sighed and quickly stood up. Let's go eat something at least. I think whatever is happening here, food will still be served. Masha gave a barely noticeable smile and followed me. The canteen was jam-packed. Even at the lineup, I noticed that there were many more people than there were yesterday. Did all these children really come here to an abandoned camp? Nah, there's something really wrong about that. However, food was being distributed. There we go. So me and Masha took the trays and sat down separately from the others. I ate intently, trying not to raise my head up from the plate and not to look at the surrounding people. However, it didn't help me much. In a couple of minutes, someone showed up near our table. Lena. I still want to. Oh, I wanted to meet Ileana's actress. Oh man. Well, she doesn't. No, she comes in like day one. But you never got to that point yet. Oh. I barely managed to raise my eyes and saw Lena. Can I? She asked quietly. Yeah, suit yourself. While I was thinking as to how I should answer, Masha pulled out a chair beside her and invited Lena to sit down with a gesture. You weren't yourself this morning, she began anxiously. Well, got up on the wrong side of the bed. Masha laughed nervously. Lena glanced at me and then quickly looked away. So, how's it going? I started with more general questions. Fine. I see. I genuinely had no idea of what we can discuss with her. Plus, Lena, indeed, looked pretty old. While she was usually all fun and high spirits, now she looked extremely timid and shy. We never met Lena's actress. Did you hear anything about Slavia? What happened? Well, nobody's seen her since yesterday. It's like you two disappeared first. Now you're here, but Slavia isn't. I murdered her. She left long pauses after each of her sentences. I still don't get it. Either it's completely perfect acting, or the being sitting in front of us wasn't our Lena. No. We haven't seen her. Well, I hope she'll be back eventually. Yeah, we hope so too. Slavia. Sasha indeed could lose her way in broad daylight. That's hardly surprising. I was just finishing eating the rubber-like oatmeal when suddenly Olga ran into the canteen, waving her hands. She looked around emotionlessly, and after a glance at me, she finally headed towards our table at a fast walk. Of course, it's our table. Oh, here you are. Let's go have a talk. She hissed below her breath, right at my face. Seemed that objecting wasn't worth it, so I got up, nodded to Masha, and we headed after Olga. We? Oh. We as in Masha comes with me. After we got outside, we turned around abruptly and said, So where were you last night? Should you care? I shrugged. I should. Did you know that Slavia's missing? Just heard that from Lena. I've never seen a sad Olga. I've never seen a crying Olga, or sad emotion. She's not an emotional person except for anger. Exactly. I went for searching for her and found her. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Found her. And she's holding back tears. It looked like she was desperately fighting back tears. That's good news then. Come, let me show you. She said quietly and headed in the direction of the forest. I looked at Masha. Maybe we shouldn't. What's wrong with it? However, my inner voice was agreeing with her. If I'm your inner voice, don't do it. Alright then, but I'm afraid. Everything will be fine. I tried smiling, but even without a mirror, it was obvious that my smile was so fake that it made me sick. Soon enough, we came to a small glade. There. Olga pointed at a tree. I took a few steps and suddenly spotted a detached human arm. What? 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 Can you understand? What? My cat doesn't know. In fact, it wasn't even detached, more like it had been torn off. Masha peered out from behind my shoulder and screamed in terror straight away. Don't look. She burst into tears and rushed into Olga's arms. This is cool music. And the sky has turned into fire, apparently. But okay. I made a considerable effort. I had to look behind the tree to ensure that it was indeed Slavia. Body parts were lying there, an arm, a leg, ruptured in several places, a piece of flesh from the chest, a head with hair clotted with blood, and deeply sunken, glassy eyes. I felt like vomiting and instinctively averted my gaze. Who did this? How would I know? Said Olga in a surprisingly stone-cold voice. So at the camp, you're the only ones without an alibi. Masha continued to cry, now on my shoulder. What, you seriously think that we were able to do this? I gazed at her in fury. Now it didn't matter that much what was happening here. Silly jokes or something more serious. Person had been murdered. Person who we knew. Slavia or Sasha, it makes no difference. Well, no, she hesitated. But someone did it after all. I would say some wild animals. Probably wolves. There were never any wolves around. So you think a human could have done it? Well, there's no one else to blame. No, that makes no sense at all. You just can't. I hugged Masha tighter. Her sobbing became quieter. Anyway, we have to call the police. Of course we have to, let's go. The district center is pretty far from the camp. Police won't get here anytime soon. Night was falling, and we'll have to see how this turns out in the next episode. Oh, that's so wrong. Ugh. Like, as soon as I realized, just like, and I found her while holding back tears, it's like, she's dead. You could just tell. She's dead. That is fucked up. But thank you all for watching. This is just a video game at the end of the day, but thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.